After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Live.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 593. Today is Wednesday, March 20th, 2024, as we are recording. Happy first full day of spring.
Yeah.
Actually, spring occurred at 11:06 our time yesterday, p.m. So we're in the first day of spring. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Foot in the Woman Cave.
Wait, 11:06 a.m., not p.m.
p.m.
So was it? It was an. Oh, okay. I was under the impression it started in the afternoon or right before noon.
And that would be a.m. anyway. That p.m. is when it started, just before midnight.
Okay, that was my confusion. Okay.
We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you're new, we're always glad to have you, and we hope you see something that you will like and you will stay. If you are returning, we are glad to have you back. And if you are new or returning and in the shadows, and you'd like to join officially, this is a correction from one of our lovely viewers. Thank you very much to that viewer who told us that the button is no longer red. I'm pretty sure it was red at one time, but maybe it wasn't.
It was red at one point.
Okay, below the video is a subscribe button.
Whatever color it is
at this point. It's below the video, and you just tap the little subscribe button, tap the little bell so you can get notifications, to get all of our notifications, some of them or none of them.
They haven't moved it to the top of the video or
No, it's still under the video.
Underneath.
It's not to the right anymore. It's actually to my left, your right, I think, but
you see, I always use the phone. I'm pretty much always use the phone, so it looks different on there too.
yeah, so it's not a red button. It's a either white or gray or something button under there, underneath the video, and it may look different on your phone. So
I don't know if it changes from device to device either.
I don't know. So we want to thank our viewer who told us about that. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Let's see what we're going to say. Oh, we have. Oh, if you want to be part of the alongs, that's what I was going to say. I'm a little derailed. We have a lot of wind out there today, and I keep thinking about the flags outside. Like my hands wouldn't grip enough to get the flags off, so I'm worried the flags are going to go flying off. But we have. What was I going to say? If you want to be a part of the alongs, you need to go to the PHN home group, which is phnpodcast.freeforms.net. The link is below the video, and it'll take you to the home group. And all you have to do is ask for entry. And once we're sure that you're not a bot, we'll let you in. So that's that. We each have 4 projects, but you have more stuff, so you have to go first.
So, still using my offered up buttercup mug. I thought I was going to break it the other day because I lost my grip on it, but thankfully I just spilled a little tea and that was it.
Well, if that falls on our floor, you will break it.
Well, yeah, that's what I was afraid of because I for whatever reason, I lost my grip.
And I love you, but you're going to have to get the second one on your own.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect. And I'm drinking, this is the first time I'm having this one from T-Spot. It's sun-dried black. And that's Union sun-dried black. So I guess they just took the Union tea leaves and sun-dried them.
Pretty cool.
So.
I forgot my tin. I forgot to bring it back from the other room.
Oops. Is it money?
Okay, in my Adagio double-walled owls and other forest creature mugs is my blend Shadowlight, and this has got some Earl Grey Bravo, I think, in it, and chocolate and vanilla.
Yeah, I think you said
so.
Because I remember being surprised you had a black tea in there.
It's actually really good. I like it. And this is where I tell you, this is one of the things that came out of the Adagio's ability to allow you to blend your own teas. Mm-hmm. You put the stuff in, and you put the percentages you want of the tea in there, and then they make it work. And then you add some inclusions, which are like peppercorns or whatever you want to add, and then they kind of do their magic.
Yeah.
So This is my shadow light blend. I really like the artwork a friend of mine did for me when I was writing, and I forgot the tin in the other room. So, and what do you have, Ty?
This is the Union's, the Sun-Dyed Black.
I can tell it's still hot. Not sure how I feel about it.
I know, I'm kind of the same. It has a little sweetness to it.
It does.
I'm waiting to see what it'll be like when it cools.
Have you tasted this?
I'm not sure.
Taste it?
I'm not sure if this is going to end up a little smoky or...
I'm not sure what that is. There's something in the background that I can't quite place.
And the thing is, there's no inclusions. It really is
It's just the tea,
the tea itself. And I'm interested in seeing how it cools.
Yeah. And this one still has a cool bit too, but...
Yeah. Just a little more taster. That's good.
Thank you. It does. It gets even better as it cools.
Oh, yeah?
When the flavors blend a
It
little
looks
better.
like it seems like it would get sweeter. Is that the case?
Yes, a little bit. You could, because right now what we're tasting mostly is the Earl Grey, but later on the vanilla and chocolate come out.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if it would end up getting too sweet for my taste, because it's actually rather sweet right now.
I think you could adjust that with the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And also if you want to put a little cream in it. I'm not sure if I would...
Well, you like more dessert teas than I do.
That's true.
I tend towards a black tea.
Mm.
And it is a black tea, but I'm not sure if the inclusions make it a little more sweet than I might like.
But I am sticking to my schedule. This is a moderate caffeine, because I had a high caffeine this morning. I was kind of vacillating between having a moderate and a low caffeine, but I wanted to be awake for the podcast, at least passively, so here we are. Okay, I'm going to run through very quickly the alongs in an effort not to have Talia falling asleep. But we have, I put the new thread up for the autism awareness. All the information is in the thread for that. I'm not going to go into that right now because it's not happening right now. But that will be our along for the, what is it, April through June, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second quarter.
Second quarter alongs, along with our year-long one, which is the, I can't think.
Oh, that is...
Ready, set, okay, not the ready, set, go. The
anything goes.
Anything goes. The anything goes, Cal, which is the reason I can't find it is because I had to go through and take out all the formatting because it wouldn't let me do anything on it.
Oh.
So okay, so the anything goes is exactly that. It's anything goes as long as it's in the parameters of the along, which are in the group. Okay, I will go over this more next week, but right now, in an effort not to prolong things, it's in the group, and it has to be knit, loom knit, crocheted, or paper crafts. The other one that is going on, and that one's 1 year. All right, so we have first quarter prizes at the end of this month. Ready, Set, Go is the other one we're doing right now for this quarter, and that one is ending in about a week and a half. It's all the starts, so it had to be started no earlier than January 1st of this year. You can put the whips in, but it has to be started January 1st or later. And all the rules are in the thread for that as well. I told you about the autism awareness, so it's all in the thread. If you have any difficulty and you'd like to get into the PHN group, put something on the YouTube, or you can, I don't know if you're not on the group, how they would contact me. Maybe they contact you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or, and we can get you started if you have problems. Okay, so now we have projects.
Yes. Just checking, making sure no one contacted me on Instagram for PHN. Checking the PHN Instagram, make sure no one contacted me.
Oh.
Because I think the only thing might be the comments on the knot binding.
The null binding.
Someone did a video of...
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. The knot binding, and I posted their video because I thought it was cool, but I can't find... Okay, I guess they didn't have anything there after all. I thought there might have been a question or something. So, okay. Sorry guys, I just wanted to make sure that you guys didn't ask anything Okay. So, my first project I want to show, I'll wait till I finish the row for that one. In my, there you are. Silver Shed USA Rebel Scumbag. This is, the Not Just Boring Boot Socks pattern by Corinne Walcher. These are my TARDIS socks. And the colorway is something like Time Machine or something like that. It's a TARDIS reference. And it's a wild hair yarn. So
I don't know if she's still dyeing yarn. I have to check and see.
I really love her dyeing stuff. Now I know she only seems to do fiber festivals. So
And online.
I've never seen her online shop.
She used to have one. Just look it up.
Yeah, I'll have to do that at some point because her colors are within, like, you guys can mix your guys' colors up, but sometimes she does something that's a little bit different that you might not be as interested in doing. Like, sometimes I think she has stripes, or
I've never seen her do stripes. She doesn't really have enough room in her own place to do stripes.
I don't know what sometimes ends up differently, because your colors are similar, but you sometimes work up differently. I'm not sure what it is.
I think I know more solids and stuff than she does, more tonals.
That might be. I don't think I've ever gotten a tonal from her. But, I think she has, I can't remember if this is a sport or DK with nylon, but yeah, I am in the heel turn. I might actually be at the point where I have to pick up stitches along the side, so that's probably why I haven't proceeded. Because once I get to that point and I finish the gusset decreases, I'm basically home free. I finish the foot, the toe, and then I have a pair of socks. So always takes longer when you have longer feet. And Dad thankfully doesn't have terribly long feet, and he likes his cuff short. So not terribly long feet for a guy. I mean, his feet are not much longer than mine. They're wider, but they're not much longer.
I put on his shoes, they fall off my feet.
You see, I can wear his shoes fairly comfortably.
I can wear them, but they fall off my feet.
They don't fall off my feet. My foot's just a little bit longer than yours. And it might be also I tend to wear thick socks. But, yeah. There's that.
All right. Because I also have 4 projects. And let me just finish this stitch here, and I'll show you what I'm working on.
It was funny. There's something in the comment section of, it was some sort of murder mystery that happened in Asia, and they talked about a size 9 foot, and it's like, well, that's not really a common size for women, is it? So, they has to check out the guys, and in the comments they're like, I'm an American, I'm wearing size 9, and there's like 4 or 5 Americans going, that's pretty common for women.
Yeah, but when I was growing up and I hit size 9, I always felt awkward because that was big.
Yeah.
But now when I go to the shoe stores or whatever, my size 9, 9.5, 10 on the outside, there's 11s and 12s, and I don't think there's 13 so much, but there's 10.5, 11s, 11.5s, 12s, which people are just getting bigger.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you have, besides the fact that there's more width to feet, just the fact that you will occasionally see a woman who's 6 foot, or I know I went to school with someone who's 6 foot redhead. So I mean, all I could think about is that must have been really hard for her to get, find someone who was, because sometimes guys are a little uncomfortable about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But because guys don't seem to be getting much taller.
Well, it depends on where you go to school,
Yeah.
the ethnicity and stuff. I went to a school in New Haven, Connecticut, to college, and it was a high preponderance of Italians, and they're not a large people. They're not tall.
No.
And so I've got Italian in my blood, but I also have Colombian, and they must be a little taller because I was. Now I'm just about average, but before I lost a little bit of height, I was considered on the high end of average. But now I'm just barely 5'5". So, but this is
How small did Mama get?
Well, Mama was always small.
Uh-huh.
Mama was.
She was like 4 feet by the...
Well, I think she was probably about 5 foot even. The one who was really small was Grammy.
Okay.
Yeah, your great-great-grandmother. She was full-blooded Italian from the old country.
Oh, okay, so she's like 2 foot tall.
Yeah. She was so cute. She was adorable. So here is my Silver Shade USA 10-year anniversary bag by Ann Brody and Gander. And this is my Strawberry Shortcake Baby Blanket from the Cerebelle Scarf pattern by Sarah Sweetheart. Whoops, don't go anywhere. Okay.
I wonder if they can hear the wind on the camera, because it's pretty
Can you hear
loud.
the wind on the camera? You can let us know in the comments if you want to. Okay, so here, excuse me.
Now you must let us know if you hear the wind on the camera.
Oops. Somehow this is a sticking thing. This is an ice yarn, a fuzzy ice yarn. So you can see it's almost done. It really is. I keep saying that, but
I see. You've been saying that
but I
forever.
don't work on it, so it doesn't get any big. Because I'm just,
Well,
doing
also,
other
I
things.
think you think it's longer than it is until you measure it against something.
No, it's just simply the fact that I haven't worked. I work on a half a row or something, and then I've been really tired in the evening, so I said, I bring my bags out and I'm going to work on it, except for date night, and I'm going to work on it. I'm like, I'm too tired. Like last night, I almost didn't want to even watch the show. I just wanted to go to bed, but we did watch. I'm glad we watched it. But there was no way I was going to be able to do this without making mistakes. So
we ended up having to explain to my dad that actually crochet is not necessarily the easiest one if it's dark or you're super tired, because
a simple knitting is probably better.
Exactly, because I think to someone who's not aware of the differences between two or does both, knitting looks harder, but simple knitting, at least all the needles,
all the stitches
are on the needle, so you don't have to go like searching for your stitch.
And if I'm just doing, knit, turn, knit.
Or if you have one that's just around, like
yeah, you just
if you get something like the hood, but you just decide to do it all stockinette for some reason.
Well, even if you just have some that's on circular needles, you just go round and round and round and round and round.
Oh, if you're looking at a body of a simple sweater, perfect.
I mean, and even if okay, knit one row, purl the other.
Yeah.
You might have to look down once in a while, but if you're just on a roll, you just know what you're doing and you go. Whereas crocheting, you can if you're just doing it one stitch or whatever, but the thing is making sure you hit the right place.
Right, exactly.
And if it's dark and you can't see.
And I'm a tight crocheter.
But that's all I have to say about this. It should not be taking me this long for this.
So, in my little skein in the big wool bag, Velveteen Rabbit, which is held up beautifully, all things considered.
It's a nice bag.
It is a nice bag. I have in here my, I think I call them my Starburst socks. And this is,
Wow.
Crocheting Hoovian, so Lollipop Girl yarns.
That's Laura.
Yeah, this is Laura's. It's Flamingoing by the Pool. I think this is something with like maybe like sunlight, and then the other one is highlighter. Oh no, I think we got Pinkalicious and highlighter. I think that's what the two colors are.
I still have mine. I have to figure out what I want to do with them because they're so pretty. She gave them to us.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's my other one. I just started the heel flap for this one with the pink. So one sock has yellow heel, toe, and cuff, and this one has pink. So
It's really pretty. It's very bright.
it is. Sorry. And this is one, once I finish with the heel, it really is even more than the not just wearing boot socks. It's just literally knit. Now stitches
One
are
of those
smaller.
projects you can just do in the dark.
Yeah. Now you have to have a good sense of touch to do this one in the dark because it is stockinette.
Oh, right.
I mean it is finger weight. Because stockinette's not the problem. The problem is that it's finger weight, so the stitches are a little smaller.
Right, but they're all on the needle, though.
They're all on the needle. You just have to make sure that you don't
Split it or miss it or something.
miss it, so that way you end up dropping a stitch because you didn't feel it or whatever.
I mean, it's true. Almost any stitches, you have to be careful of that.
But with a thicker one, you don't have as much of a concern of missing a stitch. Whereas if you have a really thin one, you might not register with your.
I have a tendency to split stitches. I have to be careful because I'll add stitches.
Right.
Or not finish it. You know, go ahead and like Tyler say, "What did you do here?" Oh, you didn't finish that stitch.
Yeah. And that happens. I've done that.
Well, I guess I even do that when I crochet sometimes. I'll be talking, or somebody will ask me to do something. I'll come back and I'll, think I've done what I'm supposed to do, and I'm like, oh, I had to go back and fix that. Okay, let me get a drink here. This cools really nicely. I almost had myself at the border, but decided I want that instead. I didn't realize I was going to finish it. It's all gone. Okay, in my Knitter's Magic picnic bag, blue plaid bag, tablecloth bag, I don't know, I like this. It's got a really pretty interior to it, and I've got a whole bunch of yarn in here. This is Talia's Cherry Bomb Shawl from the Scrap Shawl Pattern by Anastasia Sattel, and I'm still working on this. I think I'm just going to go until I finish this, or thereabouts. There's not much in here.
Well, so especially not for crochet.
Yeah, I might get finished with this row, maybe one more row, and then I probably should stop.
And you definitely can see the difference now between the colors.
See it. And then I have to figure out which color I'm going to do next. It might just go in however it goes in.
And that's always fun.
We'll see. I mean, they're all red, so we'll see what happens. It probably will be a variegated.
Right, because you generally like switching them.
Yeah, I don't like to normally have variegated on top of variegated. Sometimes that can be a little bit jarring.
Yeah, yeah.
But both these yarns in here currently are mine. Lady Furnival Creation yarns. This one is chocolate covered strawberry, and this one is Courtly Love. So that's that. You've seen me do this project a gazillion times, and there's not a whole lot for me to say about it except that I'm using, different yarn and all that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So the next one for me is in my bag that Laura gave me, and in here, and by gave I mean had made for me.
Yeah, mine has yarn in it.
So in here is my Log Cabin Love by 10 Hours or Less, our very own George. This one I ended up expanding, like I mentioned before, because I didn't want the smaller size. Plus, I didn't want to work 2 yarns together, so I went with a worsted weight. No, wait, I think...
No, he
called for a worsted weight.
Yep.
I went down needle sizes, because he had something ridiculous like a 7. Where...
Well,
no, he had something ridiculous like an 11.
It was like a 10 or 11.
I meant to say 11, and it came out 7. I'm using an 8. So, yeah, he had something ridiculous like an 11. And I don't like things that loose. I mean, I can't imagine one of them looked like that loose.
Whoa. I wonder if our generator kicked on.
It looks like we're still recording. Yeah, we're still recording. It was just our
electricity flickered.
Yeah. So you guys saw it go dark. We're back.
Yeah,
because the camera had battery on it, so the camera kept going.
And and we have a backup generator, so it would just be momentary while we got back on if that happened.
But anyway, I've added the second of this dark purple, and after I finish this row, I'm about to head into the hearts themselves. Then I'll have like a lilac that'll go on the side. So, working my way. This is a very nice one if I'm cold. Which I do get.
Particularly and it is cold in here today, which is why we both look like we're looking like the Arctic winter, despite the fact that it's spring. Excuse me.
Hey guys, rabbit heart rate.
Mm-hmm. Yes, très funny. Très amusement. Okay. What was I going to say?
I know not.
I don't know. Let me just have a drink here. Let me clip off my stitch here. Love to hear about what you guys are planning for Holy Week and Easter and all that. if you are celebrating. Let me put this aside here. All right, my next one is in my chronically crocheting llama bag that she made for me. Crystal did. Crystal made it for me. Project here. I love this bag. She had not made it strictly for me. She had made it. I liked it, and I forget what happened. I don't know if she wanted to give me something for... I forget why she gave it to me, but she gave it to me because I love it. This is a llama bag. I want it. This is Talia's
You just threw something.
squash blossom shawl. It's a scrap shawl pattern by Anastasia Sattel. And thank you to Rena, who told me that she really liked this yarn. I haven't had a chance to rescan it yet. It is going to go in here.
Now, have you ever put any of that in the shop?
I have some in the shop.
Mhm.
It's a fingering sock, though. Wait. I have some in the shop, and I was going to make some for the shop when I made this set, but Daddy had given me some time on a Sunday, and I didn't know if I could do all of them in that time period, so
Right.
I just did 2 at a time, and I thought, okay, now it's a good thing because I went right to the minute, and we had to eat, so I think I have enough maybe to do more to put in the shop. We'll see. In the DK weight.
Uh-huh.
My shop is still open. I promise you, I haven't made any firm plans to close the shop, so it's just I haven't been able to do any kind of dyeing right now. It's just been too busy, and I've been trying to do paperwork for taxes and things like that, which is always fun. But here is, I did a little bit of work on this. It is growing a little at a time. It's still just yellow, but there you go.
Yep.
And it's Miss Babs that I'm working with right now.
So my final project is in my sheep and knitting sayings bag. I am in the middle of a row. I was trying to get done with it before I showed it, but it's just a little bit short of that gold. So this is my courthouse steps project. Mom thinks she will probably not end up finishing hers.
I just don't seem to like doing it with knitting. I haven't even finished my design and project that's a progress.
So there we go. I'm not sure how many colors I've added since last time,
They're pretty.
but it's not cohesive or anything. It's just fun. Whereas I actually have like colors assigned and stuff for my other one, which is not normal for me for scrap things, but this one is not. This is much more like my normal, where I pick one and go.
Are you done with that?
Yep.
All right, let me just make one more stitch here so I can clip it off. There. Let's see here. Release the royal clip. There we go. Wake up. Okay. So, this one is...
I forgot you had one more. I forgot you had one more.
Oh, we each had 4, so...
Yeah.
My last one is a new project. Remember last time I had torn out Talia's, what's it called? Melissa blanket?
Yeah.
And I started her migraine blanket. So there's not a whole lot on here. I think I have 2 or 3 rows. Looks like a hot mess, but let's see.
But thankfully, well, tell me what happened with the tail.
Yeah, I'm really talented. I got to the point, I was really proud of myself because I didn't knit the tail when I first started. And then I got to a point, like maybe a roll and a half in or something, and I'm like, oh, I knitted the tail. So if I said, if I have to take this out, I'm not going to start it up again because it's like a 250 cast on or something for this size. I'm doing
Right.
the 3rd size. Ty said, just cut it and, add it in. And so that's what I did. I added it in, and it didn't have to take everything out, which it's a little bit of a short add-in. I added it in right here. So it's going to be interesting to try to weave this in, but it should be okay. And this is the third or fourth of the sizes in terms of going up to biggest. And this is just the green. I'm doing the border right now. The bottom border. I guess it's the bottom border. Just whatever you would call it, but I'm trying to get this turned around again. I keep twisting my stitches. This will happen until I get to a point where it's big enough that it won't twist.
Right.
But right now it keeps wanting to twist around. I think it's on a good size cord, because this is what I had the other one the same size of that one. So of the Melissa. You gonna stay awake? Yeah.
So
That's in my M&M bag, which is this.
any FOs?
I have nothing.
Well, you showed your new project.
Mm-hmm.
Any paper crafts?
Mm-mm.
I have paper crafts. So I also have rosary. So I guess rosary first, then paper craft.
Thank you for letting us know that you don't mind seeing the rosaries. We appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank you. So this one is and Our Lady of Sorrows. You can't quite see, but she's got the 7 swords that Simeon mentioned.
When did you start that?
Oh, I'm not quite sure.
That's pretty.
But during the presentation, when Simeon approaches her and says, you will have, I think he did say 7.
You just said Sword of Sorrow.
Sword of Sorrow pierced your heart. And by tradition, it's 7 swords.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm about to start the 5th decade. This is some sort of jasper. I forget what they called this.
It's really pretty.
And I like it because it matches not only the red of the heart, but it matches the white of the veil and the blue of the background.
It's a little bit reminiscent of turquoise.
Yeah, the blue is kind of similar to turquoise. So.
I mean, actual stone.
Yeah, no, I have. I've seen. Yeah.
And turquoise can be that blue or it can be green. Normally, I think there are other colors, like there's like a coral color.
Yeah, there are. I think there's been darker blues too. So there's that one. I use a decent sized paracord, although in comparison to the other ones, some of the really thick ones. Alright, come on, get it back in there. 'Cause I don't want to lose it. Okay, so the other one is this one. The other one is Mom's, and I was hoping to finish it before Lent was over. I might still. About to start the 4th decade the 5th decade for this one.
Oh, they're the pretty beads.
This is, and I want to finish this by Good Friday, because this is one of the most beautiful centerpieces I've seen. It's got Mary Magdalene clasping the foot of the cross, and then you've got John on one side and Jesus' Mother Mary on the other.
I have devotion to all 3 of them.
So I've got here that dark green. This isn't a jasper. I can't remember what this is. And then I've got the red jasper for the Our Father. And this kind of tannish cord to match the cross.
It's really pretty.
So,
Very pretty.
so I'm quite close on this one. I do need to probably focus on this one to have it before Good Friday, because that was my intention.
I like those larger color or even black and white picture centerpiece, because you can meditate on them when you're praying.
And the crucifix to match that one. A lot of times it's hard to find a matching crucifix.
Got a little bit of a leaf there.
That's big enough.
That's pretty.
So, I happen to already have this one on hand.
It matches really well.
Mm-hmm. So. That's it with that there. I have other beads that have come in, but I'll show those as I put them into rosaries. I got a new container to put all my extra stones in because I'm getting a bunch of variety because I've discovered I like the stones. I do have to alternate sometimes with wood because stones are more expensive. But
And some of the wood ones are really nice.
yeah, they are.
They don't get cold, which
No,
is
they
nice
don't.
on my hands sometimes.
And then the journal. I think I had shown at Bertram's Hotel last time. So, but I'm starting the one oh I don't know if I think I might have shown. I don't know. I don't know if I showed Appointment with Death last time. No, I didn't because I don't think I talked about my Sherlock Holmes.
But yes, we did. We talked about the snakes.
Maybe I hadn't finished it yet.
Maybe. Or maybe we talked about it afterward. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
But what I'm doing with the Agatha Christie ones, because she's been around for so long and she's so popular all over the world, I will take some of my favorite covers. I don't know why I just blurred a little bit. Okay, I'll take some of my favorite covers from different Agatha Christie books of that title and use either the whole cover or part of it. So this one is a full cover, but this here is part of a cover that I cut out. This one here I cut out a part of it to kind of make a nice pocket. This came from, I had a nice pharmacy stamp set and that was really cool. And that's
It's
where
like a cocktail.
yeah,
A snake cocktail.
and then I had the different needles, which are important. But the fun thing is, I have several of these Ex Libris stamps with my name on it because I like to have the match kind of the book, and having Holmes for the mystery ones because I do read a lot of mysteries is kind of fun. They don't have Poirot, but Holmes is good. Holmes is a very recognizable profile. Now I'm starting to do the 3 books that are in the collection Dame Agatha Abroad, so I have even more covers here. First of all, this is Murder on the Orient Express. Got Poirot's mustache here on the edge of the book. My star rating. This is one of the covers with it being the train being stuck in the snowdrift. Then there's Holmes. I loved, and I worked really hard to make sure I got these 2 covers in because there's so many good ones from Murder on the Orient Express. I wanted the sleeping carriage, and I wanted. The whole cover was absolutely beautiful, but I couldn't use the whole cover. But I made sure to get the words Orient Express on there. And then there was this one that was a ticket.
Oh, nice.
But it was like a full-on ticket, and then you had the little bottom one that said sleeping. The sleeper, and then it says Simplon Orient Express, Istanbul to London, 1 January 1934, first class. Well, I was like, I don't need the one that says the title and everything. I want this one, which is the perfect size. It's the sleeper cabin. So this pulled from 3 different Murder on the Orient Express covers, and then of course the main one, this collection. I haven't done the 3rd one in the collection, but I think I'm mostly done with the 2nd one in the collection. I haven't made up my mind yet. So again, I pulled from 3 different covers. This one I didn't like as many of the covers for. This is Murder in Mesopotamia. Some of them really didn't fit. I think this is the one I had the cover of in the past. This one was interesting, I'd never seen before. And this one, there seems to be a set, because I've seen a couple like this. I don't know where the one for the Murder on the Orient Express is, but there's this collection of Poirot books that have this black cover with a very plain, like one thing in the center, and then it'll have Poirot written like it is here, and then the title underneath. And that's what this one came from, was a very similar setup. I got these 2 pot stamps as part of a Greek, I think I actually ordered them from Greece, pottery, and I figured, okay, there might not be actually Greek pottery in Mesopotamia, but I know they were going through pots and looking at that.
Poetic license.
Yes, and sides. Look at the owl.
Ow.
That's Artemis? No, Athena. Athena. And so I made the cover a little smaller for the Dame Agatha Broad here. And I'm not sure what else I want to put there. I have to still do the one for They Came to Baghdad, and that'll be the last one in that collection. Because I was only going to do initially one for the main one. I'm like, what if I only choose to read one of them? So what I do for that is, you'll see it on the main card as well, I write the library card, and then I highlight whichever one the book is. And then I can just stamp when I read that particular one, if I just felt like reading Murder on the Orange Express or whatever. And I do the same thing here. I need to use Poirot's mustaches more.
Reminds me of the old, like, 1890s or whatever with the muscle men.
There's the Art of Manliness, their website, kind of, like, they'll have a guy with a mustache and kind of like shirt off, like. So that's what I thought of.
That's what I was talking about, yeah.
But yes, so I have been getting some of this done. I don't write a whole lot in the way of reviews for these because these books I've read forever. The only reason why I have something of one for Bertram's Hotel is that was the first time I read Bertram's Hotel. But yes, so I hope to have Murder in Mesopotamia and They Came to Baghdad done by the next time. Yeah, so stash enhancement.
Don't have any stash enhancements.
Okay, so I'll be finishing that up then.
Everybody's gasping. No stash enhancements.
So I don't have a lot of them. This I had forgotten was coming. These are some really cute wintry stamps. Look at the bunny and the scarf. And so we have a bunny and a scarf. We have a what's that? Fox? A raccoon?
Raccoon.
Is it a raccoon?
I think it's a raccoon, yeah.
In a looks like kind of a fallish coat because he has it open. Then you have a hedgehog with flowers and a squirrel in a scarf. So, sorry, it's the shine.
I think the one in that corner is a raccoon.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Mask.
Yeah, I think you might be right. So, and honestly, I don't care about the sayings on here. They just are there. I really just wanted the cute little animals. And then this is the one I told Mom I wasn't going to show her till I got this today. I was like, well, you get to see what everyone else does. So I got some more rosary centerpieces in. This is, I order a lot from this person. So let's see. These, and I'm not sure which ones I'm opening at any given time because they're all wrapped up. Whoopsie. So I've got here two different, I'll show it to you first, I'll show it to the screen. Two different Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Oh, those are pretty, yeah.
So one with blue and this was an apparition in Mexico to Juan Diego. The famous story, of course, well, not of course if you're not familiar, is that she would appear to him, a young mother, and you can't tell in any of the pictures, but she was supposed to be pregnant, I believe. And she would appear, and she had flowers that grew in winter that he was to bring to the bishop to prove that he had actually seen her.
That didn't even grow in that area.
That didn't even grow in that area. And there was
like
like snow on the ground. And when he opened his tilma to show the flowers and they all tumbled out, no one even looked at the flowers because the image was on the tilma that hadn't been there before. And actually, you could still see the tilma if you go. I'm not sure where in Mexico it is.
I think it's in Mexico City, but I'm not sure.
I haven't been, but that's what I understand is you can see the tilma.
Yeah, you can.
And like apparently people have studied and they can't really figure out.
They don't know why it's still lasting because it's made out of corn fibers or something.
Yeah, like apparently they can't figure it out scientifically. So this one here, Davina loves, how does she pronounce it? Kateri Tekakwitha? She was, I believe, Mohawk saint. And Davina absolutely loves her. And I have one centerpiece for her in a rosary that's a little more plain. I think it might be just silver. I saw this one. And I was like, this is so beautiful. I need to make her another one.
I didn't see it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't show that to you. Isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful.
when I saw that, I was like, I have to make her another one. I'll have to make it gold. And she seems to like the stainless steel, so I'll just make her gold stainless steel. And she takes good care of her rosaries. She doesn't beat them up the way that you do.
I don't beat my rosaries up. I actually use them.
Well, she uses them, but she hangs them up or something. She does something differently.
Well, I think I pull on my beads differently.
And that might be what it is. Because I know she just doesn't use her fingers anymore, because she used to not use a rosary, but I know she actually uses hers.
She uses St. Infidel most of the time.
Yeah. Well, that's, I think, is her favorite one. And I have here. And Laura has that one.
Mm-hmm. The same one, actually.
Yes, well, I was surprised how popular that one was when I was still selling.
Beads, too.
Uh-huh. Okay, so this one, Mom, and I'll show it to them in a second. One for you, one for me.
Put the spirit?
No, take a look.
Oh, wow, the Shroud Sharon.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So it's the same one, so I'll just show it to you. I wanted to get this done before the end of Lent, but I think I underestimated how much time we had left in Lent.
Beautiful.
But I thought it was absolutely beautiful.
Behold the man.
Yeah.
Was it Ecce Ome?
I think so. You see, there was another size that actually had the words underneath there, but the face wasn't as focused, and I wanted really in on
the
the
face
face.
is the important, yeah.
But I believe it is Ecce Home? Home?
Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce it.
I don't know how to pronounce it Latin.
Behold the man.
So, just want to sort of put this back in its little thing, and I have one more in there. Now this one, because we have a few Our Lady of Guadalupe's to choose from. Show them to you first.
Oh, those are pretty.
So I'll let you look through them and decide which one you want. Because I couldn't make up my mind, so I grabbed one of a bunch of different ones that are really pretty. You don't usually see them up close like this one is.
Yeah.
Usually she's far off. And this one here is more like a stained glass window.
Right, I see that, yeah.
So I'll show you all four next to each other.
This one almost doesn't look like Our Lady of Guadalupe.
That's what I was going to say. It almost didn't. I had to do a double take because it's close in. And usually for her, you see the full oval. And I'm not sure if that's because... It's probably because that's how she is on the tilma.
Mm-hmm. Very pretty.
So... but yeah, that's... These will pop up eventually in rosaries. But I go a lot with this particular person. I have a couple people that I go to consistently. The part of why I like this person is they mark theirs with waterproof, and the waterproof ones tend to hold up better. The whatever helps the picture stick,
glue or whatever.
Yeah, so because if it doesn't say that, you do run the risk of them potentially sliding off, because we've had that. I've been able to fix them, but
When you had to do over again, my Jesus knocking or whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was able to fix it.
I thought you had to do it over again because it kept coming off.
Well, no, I had to add remember we were talking about the Mod Podge or whatever. I added that over because that's what they used, from my understanding, to put those things on there. I had to do the Mod Podge, and that took care of it. Now, how long? Because it's not waterproof.
Okay.
But that was stuff we were talking about when we were talking about doing stuff to like a cover. And like you said, it was I can't remember what you said.
Decoupage.
Decoupage. And I have a bunch of Mod Podge. I think it's called Mod Podge.
Okay, so.
Anyway.
Alright, do we have anything else?
No.
Okay, let me just. I don't want to have this marker able to get off, so I'm going to do a couple of stitches. And then
Well, I know when I'm done with this, I get to bind off here and then pick my next color. I think that I have. Let's see what color is next. So I either have this orange or my self-striping, the one I called I think this one is the
That's
one I called
Heidi's,
Shadow Cat.
Oh, that's Heidi's?
Yeah, this is Heidi's, because I had a blue and pink one that I called Nightcrawler. And I think this was the one I called Shadow Cat. It was kind of the same blue that she has, although I think she actually has yellow and not brown. But her hair is that color, so close to that color. Anyway, I'll probably do this one because I think there might be less. And then I'll do that one.
Okay, so I don't have anything. We don't really have anything for life stuff except I have a dental appointment tomorrow to see what they're going to do with my jaw stuff. It seems to be I can eat a little more with the mouth guard, but still not meeting. So we're going to have to see if it's moving a little bit. I just have to give more time, or if they have to do something else.
And
But
I don't need to go in anymore, so.
no. Would love to hear what you guys are planning for Holy Week and Easter, if you're celebrating Easter. I think there's a Jewish holiday, but Passover.
Yeah, Passover.
I don't know when Passover.
Yeah, because I don't know if it.
I don't know if it starts.
Yeah, I don't know if it
ends.
stays on the same schedule as Easter, because there was that whole thing in the Middle Ages where you had the arguments between different. I think it was like the Irish church and the English church disagreed about, because Bede goes into it in his ecclesiastical history of England. He goes into it in depth. It was very important to him.
Forgive our ignorance, our Jewish viewers out there, but if you can tell us when Passover actually is.
Yeah, because it might not match up with Easter anymore.
And we would love to wish you a happy Passover, as well as happy Easter to our Christian brothers and sisters out there.
Yep.
And we'd love to know what you're planning for your Holy Week and for your Easter dinners and that kind of stuff. In the meantime, we do have a Zoom coming up the day after tomorrow. It will be at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or thereabouts. And that is a Friday. So we hope to see our patrons there. It is a Patreon only. If you aren't a Patreon, you'd like to join us, I think it's only one level now, right?
Yes, I've only made it one level.
So you just become a patron if you want to join in on this, plus the WhatsApp and all that kind of
There
stuff.
are still free patterns on there and free tutorials, but the main thing now is the Zoom, because it takes the pressure off me. When I didn't have any other source of income, I was putting a lot more into that. But now that I have the disability, I don't have to put quite the same pressure, which is...
She has to be careful.
Yeah.
So,
which actually works out, because that was about the time my energy started flagging, too.
So you will, every once in a while you might get a free pattern, or you'll get early pattern look at, early yarn look at, or whatever.
Well, like, for example, the... you've seen them once worked up. I'm not sure if she finished them yet or not. I want to say... Was it Rena? Someone started... It might have been Pat who started the Eleanor crosses.
I think it was Rena.
Was it Rena? I can't
think
remember
Rena.
who it was.
Pat, I apologize if it was you, but I think it was Rena.
One of them started the Eleanor crosses. I can't remember if they finished it. That sock pattern, even though I haven't finished knitting my pair, I've only knit one of them. I need to finish the second one. That pattern is free on the Patreon. It's my first sock pattern. So, that I put out right before my last surgery. So.
And I haven't done what I wanted to do, because this was mostly Talia's thing anyway, and it's hard for me to get on, because I have to get on as her.
Yeah, because there's no way to have, like, two hosts on that.
And I refuse.
Not without paying more.
I refuse to pay for a membership to my own place.
Yeah,
So,
no. And you wouldn't have had the same control anyway. You would just be a guest. You wouldn't be able to post or anything, like...
I would if I was in you, as you.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you were a guest, like you were saying.
Right. And so, the idea was if I had yarn or something that I would put in there, but it was so difficult for me to do that I didn't do that.
Because you had to, at that point, you still were using Bakery Bears, so you'd have to log yourself out of your personal one and log back into me. Now, because you don't have the Bakery Bears, if you really wanted to, you could stay logged into me.
Yeah. I have, but then you wouldn't be able to log in because you can't have two people.
Actually, I've been logged in on different devices.
Okay. I also have Patreon for the daughters, so.
I do too, so it would be the exact same thing. The only thing you get extra is one of my political people that I pay like $1 for.
Okay, so anyway, there is a Zoom. That's a long way of saying there is a Zoom coming up. It's going to be this Friday, because the Friday it's supposed to be on is Good Friday, and we're not doing it on Good Friday. So we have religious activities to do, and fasting and all that kind of stuff. So
that's why I moved it. Now, thankfully, we have 5 Fridays this month.
So it's going to be this Friday. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I haven't responded to people who've commented either on YouTube or on PHN yet. I did see you. I don't think there's anyone in PHN just yet, but if there is, I apologize. I hadn't seen you. But I do have the names of those people on YouTube who commented. We'd love seeing comments, even though we can't.
I should have hearted more of them. I've been kind of brain dead.
I don't like to heart them until I respond to them.
Well, sometimes I'll heart because I want people to know that I've seen it.
Right. Well, it confuses me because then I wonder if I've...
Well, you aren't able to do the heart. You're only able to do the like. Because...
Right. Well, yeah.
The heart is the creator. And
well, that's... the heart with the...
Yeah, there is no heart for everyone else. It's a like.
Well, regardless of what it is, I cannot acknowledge you. If I acknowledge you ahead of time, then I'll forget to respond.
Yeah.
But until I'm sitting there trying to put everything into the notes. But the way things are going now, it doesn't really matter because I'm still not getting to respond until after we've had the podcast. But we want to thank Rena and Paula and Wendy, who is MacGyver, our very own MacGyver. We have Cara and Christina. We are grateful for you guys commenting, and we do read them. We don't always get a chance to respond to them in a timely manner, but we try to respond, and we are grateful. Our next podcast will be next Monday, or no, not next Monday. Next Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday. We shoot for Tuesday. We usually end up on Wednesday for whatever reason.
Now, before we do close, I was just staring at this because I just finished. I'm about to bind off the other one. I just noticed how lovely Little Bunny Fufu worked out on here. Okay. Look, it kind of is doing this wave pattern, like it's a snake or something.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So I just found it kind of mesmerizing, just sitting there seeing this.
Little Bunny Fufu.
Let me come up a little closer. Look at that. Isn't that super cool how that worked up? I don't think any of the other ones have worked up that way. Most of them end up in like mini stripes.
That's because Little Bunny Fufu's done slightly differently.
Yeah. So it's just kind of cool because I have all these different yarns in here. Now this one almost does.
Similar, yeah.
But this isn't one of yours. This is
no.
But it's not quite as obvious as the Little Bunny Fufu one, which is like this big wave, which is kind of cool. Like I said, I was distracted by it while you were talking, so I had to share. But yeah.
Okay, so that's all we have to say about this. I guess we're finished. We want to thank you for joining us for the Fun in the Woman Cave, as always. We hope you'll join us again next week. And in the meantime, we wish you a wonderful, very blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, paper crafts, whatever it is that makes you guys very, very happy. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 593, and that's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye.